So who would be willing to share with us what part of the vehicle they put down on their note card? Andrea?
I did the trailer hitch because I'm good at bringing people together and working as a group.
Awesome. All right, what else do we have? Callie?
Steering wheel, I'd like to provide direction, but I don't always have to be like, there's somebody still, sometimes there's people running steering wheel too. Necessary for destination, and proactive, like you have to think about where you're going to go beforehand.
Excellent. All right, others?
I said the directionals because I help lead people in the right direction and I like planning ahead and keep people moving.
Good. Anyone else like to share? What? Right here.
I put the drive shaft because I'm assuming a lot of you guys drive pickups too, and without the drive shaft, you're pretty much effed. So, especially if you're trying to pull people with you or if you're trying to pull people out of sticky situations. So.
All right, excellent. Others?
I said the headlights because I'm always one to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel, and if my sisters don't always see the perspective of somebody else, I try and keep them open-minded and shine a light on everybody so that everybody gets a chance to really get to know everybody and get to know their perspectives better.
Excellent. Those are all excellent and important parts. And I think if you were kind of listening, you'll notice that we didn't really have any similar parts, and that's going to kind of play an interesting perspective as we continue on in our workshop. But can anyone tell me why in leadership, if we're talking about leadership being a vehicle, why is it important to know what part we represent? How does that help us to be effective leaders? Any thoughts?
Because when you have like a team, you can't just have a whole bunch of headlights. You need every little piece to accomplish your goal.
Excellent. Other thoughts? Anyone want to expand? That's awesome, Trista.
Like when you know what you are, you know what you're good at, and then you know that you can bring that specific thing to the table.
Good. Both of them are very good points. Does anyone have anything else they'd like to add? All right. Those 2 points are perfect for what we're about to do next. Now that we have identified some of the key parts in our leadership vehicle, we're going to talk about possibly the most important, most frustrating, difficult piece of the whole assembly line, and that is the actually assembly portion. Now, leadership is, as our poster says, some assembly required. We don't just all come to the table with these skills and hope that it's just going to work out perfectly because we're all different people. It takes some effort, it takes a little creativity, and hopefully in our chapters it takes a lot of fun. So what we're going to be doing now is we're going to break into 3 groups, and we are going to work on, Andrew, do you want to grab your bags for me? We're going to work on assembling the car of our leadership. So what we're going to do is each of us is going to get a bag of supplies for our group. And we're going to take about 5 or so minutes, and we are going to work on using those supplies to create a car. And our car can look like anything we want. It can be any sort of vehicle, I should say, not necessarily just cars. As we see around the room, we have lots of different vehicles. But you're going to assemble your vehicle for what you think leadership should look like by working together in your team and bringing all of your different pieces together. What questions do we have about that? Any confusion we can clear up for us? Does not have to move, it just has to be what you think a vehicle looks like, all right? And we're, again, working together in your teams. So we're just going to do a real quick number off the old-fashioned way. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. Perfect. All right, so our 1s are going to meet around here, our 2s will meet around here, and our 3s will meet around here. If you have any questions, I'll kind of be floating around to help us with those. But